So we'll start seated today. So if you want to grab whatever you want to sit yourself up on. I love this. I love how you all turn your videos off. It makes me so happy. It's like the least competitive yoga. Not that yoga is competitive, but I think when we're in rooms with other people, it can get competitive. So it's really nice to just not have that thing of having your video on. And I mean, you're welcome to keep it on, but it's really nice to just be able to choose how you practice. So we'll get started. So grab yourself a seat and just make any little movements that you need to make, and see if you can get a sense of lining up the crown of your head over the sacrum, so the lowest part of the back. So you're growing really tall through your spine, the chest's open and the palms are just resting wherever feels comfortable. And then close the eyes or lower the gaze. And we'll take a deep breath and expand the sides and the back of the ribs with the inhale. And as we exhale, draw the low ribs in and draw the low belly in. Again, inhale, expand the sides and the back of the ribs. And exhale, draw the low ribs in, draw the low belly in. Take a couple more breaths like that. And see if you can feel for that line. So maybe just experiment by moving your head side to side, forwards and backwards, and see if you can get a sense of your body being in line and the crown of the head being really tall above the sacrum. And then we're going to just do a quick body scan. So we're going to inhale and reach our arms up into the air. Bring the middle fingers together, and as you exhale, I want you to scan down the body. So as the fingers pass the forehead, scan through the forehead, scan through the cheeks, the jaw, down through the chest, and take that really slowly. And when you get back down towards your waist and your hips, take another inhale and reach the arms up. The idea here being that you're starting to tune in with what's going on inside. Just noticing, not having to change anything, just noticing, maybe feeling pain, tingly sensations. We'll take one more and I'll shut up so you can actually feel. And when you're done, just resting the hands back on the thighs and continuing a deep breath. So feeling for lengthening and deepening the inhales, maybe up to a count of 4, and the exhales for a count of 6. Starting to ground and find yourself in the space. And the theme that we'll work with this evening is self-care. And the idea that I'd like you to work with is to take care of your body in a way that you would a loved one or a pet or something that you care about. And that might be a specific point on your body. So it might be a general sense of your body as a whole. It might be a specific point. So if you can tune in and you've noticed that there's a specific point that you'd like to work with this evening, then just take your hand there. That might be an area of pain or sensitivity or just something that you're drawn to and you don't know why. And I'd like you to take 5 deep breaths into that space, or if you haven't got a specific point, then just taking 5 deep breaths into the whole of your body and committing to the idea of really taking care of yourself during this practice. And when we work with an area that's sensitive in this way and we commit to sending the breath as far as we can towards it, we can start to actually change the way that it feels. So maybe that'll happen, maybe it won't. But just noticing and sending some deep breath to that space. Good. And then when you're done, just letting the hands rest on the thighs, keeping the eyes closed for a moment and just taking a couple more deep breaths in, filling the sides and the back of the ribs with the inhale. As you exhale, drawing the front ribs down, drawing the low belly in. Good. And then move off your block or cushion if you're sat on a block and extend your left leg out to straight and bring the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. And spread your toes and push both of your feet down into the ground. And keep both your sitting bones grounded so your pelvis is level, and you might need to bend the left knee a bit to do that. Bring the left hand down to the inside of that left leg and turn the belly so it's over the bent leg. Inhale and lift the ribs up away from the hips. And then exhale, release the left ear towards the left shoulder. And then you can stay here, or you can hover those right fingertips out for more of a neck release. And you might experiment with just gently rolling the head backwards and forwards. And taking full deep breaths into the the right side of your neck. Good. And then with your next inhale, reach your right arm up and over and come into a side bend. And exhale, soften both of your sitting bones down into the ground and relax your neck. Explore the space down the right side of your body with your breath. Good. And then gently release the right hand, support the head with the left hand, bring the head up to center. And then without touching the ground, coming into Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of the feet together and bring the hands behind the back. Take an inhale and lift the chest up. And exhale, squeeze the elbows in behind your back towards each other. So you're opening across the front of the chest. Good, and then releasing that and switching the legs, maybe without bringing the hands down, sending the right leg out, bringing the right hand to the inside of that right leg. The toes are active on both feet. Release the head and the neck over towards the right side. Inhale and hover the left fingertips a few inches above the mat. And start to explore just a gentle movement with your neck here. And if you were really taking care of your neck, how would you breathe? So see if you can breathe in a way that really takes care of what's present for you in your neck. Good. Inhale, reach the left arm up and over. And exhale, soften the left sitting bone down towards the ground. Relax your forehead. To inhale, create more space between the ribs and the hips on the left side of the body. Good, and then release the left hand, support the head, draw the head up to center. And we'll come into a straddle, so sending the legs both really wide, and bringing the hands behind the back of the body and taking an inhale and lifting the chest up. So like you're trying to kind of telescope your ribs up out of your hips. And exhale, push down with your feet. Your knees can be bent if that helps. So you're staying connected to the ground, but lifting up through the chest. And if you want to take a couple of breaths in a forward fold, you can release the upper body down towards the ground. Release the back of the head and the back of the neck. Good, and then gently come back to center. Bring the hands under the knees and draw the knees together. And then we'll come all the way down onto our back for abs. So grab your block or your blanket on the way and come down and lay on your back. And then bring your block or blanket or cushion, whatever it is, in between your thighs and bring your knees up over your hips. Take an inhale and spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the low back down into the mat and draw the low ribs in. Squeeze the block. Take an inhale, expand the sides of the ribs. This time hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. And exhale, lift the right leg straight up towards the ceiling, still squeezing the block. Pull the low belly down. The head and the neck are relaxed on the ground. Inhale, bend the right knee, hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, send the left leg straight up, pull the low ribs down and pull the belly down. Inhale, bend the left knee, hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, right leg goes up, draw the low ribs down and draw the low belly down. Again, inhale, bend that right knee, hold the breath, push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, send the left leg up and pull the low belly down. Inhale, bend the left knee. Option to stay with this or to clasp the hands behind the back of the head. And just choose what would be the most self-care option for you today. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. If the hands are clasped, lift the head and the shoulders up. Hold the breath. Push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, send the elbows towards the left knee and straighten the right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, bend the knees, hold the breath. Push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, elbows go right, left leg goes straight up towards the ceiling. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, bend the knees, hold the breath. Low back goes down, tailbone curls up, squeeze the block. Exhale, elbows go left, right leg straight up. Pull the low belly down and draw the low ribs down. Last one of these, inhale, hold the breath. Push the low back down, curl the tailbone, squeeze the block. Exhale, elbows right, left leg straight up. Pull the low belly down. Inhale, release the head. Move the block out of the way. And either hug the knees into the chest or take the knees with some circles around the hip joints. And then we'll come into frog, lifting through. So the knees come up over the hips and then the knees come wide so they're in like a frog position. And the hands are clasped behind the back of the head. Inhale and spread the sides of the ribs. And then exhale, lift the elbows forward, push the low back down and curl the pubic bone in towards the belly button. Inhale, relax the pelvis down, feel the breath into the pelvis. Exhale, reach out through the knees, lift the elbows and pull the low belly down. Inhale, relax the pelvis down. Exhale, reach through the knees, curl the pubic bone in, pull the low belly down. And one more, inhale. Exhale, reach through the knees, curl the pubic bone in, pull the belly down. Inhale, release the head. Bring the hands either side of the thighs and draw the feet together. And then bring the feet down onto the mat. And we'll set up for a bridge pose. This, if you can, bring your feet slightly further away from your sitting bones than you would do normally for bridge. Inhale and spread the sides of the ribs, and exhale, push through your feet and lift your hips up. And if your block is accessible, place your block in between your thighs again. So if you've got something in between your thighs, get a sense of squeezing that. So you're turning on the adductors, the muscles down the inseam of the leg, and spread the toes, push down through the inner and the outer edges of the foot. Inhale and spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, option to send the right leg straight forward, still squeezing the block. And feel the stability or the shaking in the left leg. And if you can't do this when you're taking a deep breath, then back off, bring the right foot back down. Focus on taking care of the body rather than asking it to do things that don't feel good for it. Everyone release the right foot down. Take an inhale and extend the left leg forward, still squeezing the block. And exhale, notice if the jaw's trying to help. Relax the jaw, relax the forehead. With your next exhale, release the left foot down. Take an inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And then exhale, curl the upper, middle, and low part of the back all the way down. And move the block out of the way, bring the hands onto the thighs. And see if you can get a sense of pushing the thigh muscles up towards the knees. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, push the thigh muscles towards the knees and push the low back into the ground. So you're giving yourself some back traction here. Option to do this with an Uddiyana. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale out through the mouth. At the end of the exhale, draw the low belly in and up. And then relax the belly. Easy breath in. Easy breath out. One more like that. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale out through the mouth. Push the thigh muscles towards the knees. At the end of your exhale, draw the low belly in and up. Push the low back down. And then relax the belly. Easy breath in. And easy breath out. Good. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And however you want to come up. So if you want to roll over to one side and push yourself up, do that. Otherwise, you can rock forwards and backwards along the length of the spine. And then eventually we'll come up into a tabletop position. With the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest. And exhale, round the back, draw the belly in. Take a few more rounds of cat-cow. And get a sense of breathing into the area that you committed to spend some time with this evening. And just notice if it needs anything other than just a traditional cat-cow. Or if you need anything other than just a traditional cat-cow. And take a few breaths to give yourself whatever it is that you need. And then come back and sit on your heels and lift the chest up. Bring the elbows in alongside of the waist or in any other comfortable seated position. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs, the palms are facing up. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, send the thumbs out wide. Inhale, draw the fingertips together. Exhale, thumbs come wide, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One more, inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. And exhale, squeeze the thumbs out, shoulder blades together. Good, and then come forwards into a child's pose. And know that you can come here whenever you want to in your practice. Filling the low back and the low belly with the breath. Bring the hands out in front of you and come up onto the hands and the knees. Bring the knees a little bit behind the hips. Take an inhale and spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the low belly in half the way down. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in half the way down. One more, inhale, straighten the arms. This time all of the way down, squeezing your elbows in alongside of the body. And then bring your elbows underneath your shoulders for a Sphinx pose. The palms are flat on the ground. Push through the tops of the feet. And then start to draw your chest forwards. So get a sense of dragging the elbows back towards the hips as you lift the chest forwards and up. So you can either stay here or take an inhale here. And exhale, draw the chin in towards the chest, draw the belly in and lift the hips up so you come up onto your knees. Inhale, drop the belly down, open the chest. Exhale, draw the chin in, option to come up onto the knees or onto the toes in a forearm plank. Inhale, drop the hips down, open the chest. This time, option to stay in your version of forearm plank, pushing the ground away. And getting a sense of drawing the elbows in towards each other. Reaching out through your heels if you're up on your tiptoes. And then everybody coming into dolphin. So walking your feet forwards towards your elbows and lifting your hips up. Then take an inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. Send the sitting bones back. So you might need to bend your knees a lot to send your sitting bones back. See if you can breathe into the sides and the back of your ribs. And exhale, push your forearms down, lift your hips up. Two more breaths. Knowing that you can take your rest whenever you need to take your rest. Everybody release the knees down. Stay on the forearms and thread the right arm underneath the left arm and bring the forehead back down to the mat or the right side of the face down to the mat. So you're in a twist here. Inhale, spread the back of the ribs. And exhale, sink the hips back to create a bit more space in your upper body. Good, and then replace the right forearm down. Thread the left arm underneath. And bring the left side of the face or the forehead down to the mat. Send the sitting bones back. So you're making your back really long for the twist. Inhale and breathe into the space in between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, soften everything. Good. Bring the left hand back and then come up onto the hands and the knees, tuck the toes under and lift into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the air. And exhale, stay there. Push through your hands. And then option to pulse that right leg up so you're switching on the right glute muscle. Good, come to stillness with the right leg, take an inhale. And exhale, hug the right knee in towards the nose, bring the shoulders forwards over the wrists. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, hug the right knee in, wrapping the shoulders, drawing the belly in. Inhale, reach the right leg up. And exhale, bring the right foot down. Switching sides, inhale, lift the left leg up. Option to stay here or to take little pulses with that left leg. So you're switching on like the lower glute muscle, which is really hard. So just pulse the leg and see what happens. Take another inhale with the left leg up. And exhale, draw the left knee in towards the nose, the shoulders come forwards. Inhale, push through the hands, lift the leg up. Exhale, hug it in. One more, inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, put the left foot down. Take an inhale through the nose. And exhale out through the mouth. And one more with a horse breath. Inhale, spread the sides of the ribs. Exhale. Good, walk the feet forwards or jump the feet forwards to the hands and come into a standing forward fold. And let the hands either just rest down towards the ground or take the thumbs to the inner elbows. And maybe release the head a little bit, the neck a little bit. Take the breath all the way down into the low back. Good, release the hands, push through the feet, draw the belly in, and slowly roll yourself up to standing. Good, take a couple of rolls of your shoulders. And then really consciously plant your feet. And then bring your hands somewhere onto your body. So maybe they can be on the spot that you want to focus on, or over your heart, your belly, and close the eyes. Feel the breath into that spot that you committed to spending some time with, or just into your heart space. No, just. And take a breath or two out through the mouth. Good, open the eyes, take an inhale and reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, draw the belly in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to a plank position. Take a breath here. Exhale, lower yourself down, drawing the inner arms towards the ribs. Inhale, bring the hands forwards and lift the ribs up for a cobra. Push through the tops of your feet. And exhale, draw the heart forwards and down. Take one more breath like that. Inhale, draw the heart forwards and up, push through the tops of the feet. Exhale, draw the heart forwards and down, and then push back into a downward facing dog. Take an inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat, standing forward fold. Inhale, push through your feet, reach your arms up. Exhale, draw the hands back to heart center. Again, inhale, push through your feet, reach the arms up. Imagine you're still squeezing that block. Exhale, fold forwards, belly draws in. Inhale, half lift. This time, exhale, step the left foot back and bring the left knee down. Pad the knee as much as you need. Inhale, push through both of your feet. Reach your arms up just for one breath. Exhale, hands come down, step back into a plank position. Take an inhale there. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale into your back bend. And exhale, push back into a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left foot forwards, right knee down. Inhale, push through both feet, reach the arms up. Squeeze your right glute muscle. Exhale, hands down, step forwards, standing forward fold. Inhale, push through your feet like you're squeezing the block, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, belly draws in. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step the left foot back. Stay on the toes of the left foot this time. And then push through both of your feet and reach your arms up into a high lunge. Take an inhale and spread the sides of the ribs. And then exhale, imagine that you're squeezing your inner thighs towards each other. I know they're far away from each other, but imagine you're squeezing them towards each other. And then sink a little bit deeper into that front knee. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. And then bring the left hand down next to the right foot. Bring the left knee down. And then step that right foot back so you're in like a variation of a side plank. The right arm reaches up. And this might be enough. If you can't be on your knee, you can bring your hip down towards the ground. Option to float that right leg up so it's in line with your right hip. Good, and then option to take little pulses, lifting that right leg up and down. Good, and then option, again, to bend that right knee and take the right hand onto the right ankle and have a quad stretch. Keep the chest open and keep the left shoulder away from the left ear. Good, release back into a plank pose. Take an inhale in your plank. An option to go straight to downward facing dog or come through a vinyasa. Or take a breath in a child's pose. So again, tuning in to what feels good for your body in this moment. Not what was good yesterday or what might be good tomorrow, but what's good right now.
And then everybody meeting in a downward facing dog. And taking an inhale to lift the left leg up. Exhale to step the left foot forwards in between the hands, pushing through the feet and reaching the arms up into your high lunge. And then same idea, draw the inner thighs towards each other. And then with that engagement in your legs, you can bend the front knee deeper. Now I'd like you to breathe in a way that really nourishes the part of your body that you're focusing on with care, or just nourishes your body with care. And can you do that even though we're in some kind of intense standing pose? Good, and then release the right hand down to the inside of the left foot. Drop the right knee down and come back into that side plank variation, stepping the left leg back. The right shoulder comes away from the right ear, and then we float up that left leg, maybe hitting a plant. And then option to take little pulses. I'm trying to work my glutes from like every single angle to help my lower back. So this is one of them. Good, and then bend that left knee, your option to bend that left knee, hold on to it and take a bit of a quad stretch. Good. Release the left hand down, step back, either coming through a vinyasa or straight into downward facing dog. Everybody inhale through the nose in your downward facing dog and exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, lift the right leg up into the air, bend the right knee and open the right hip. And exhale, step the right foot forwards for warrior two. And then come up and release the arms to start off with. And same idea, imagine you're dragging your feet towards each other to turn on a really strong, stable base for your legs. Good. Inhale, lift the shoulders towards the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and exhale, really squeeze the shoulder blades together as you draw them down the back. Inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears, squeeze them together, and exhale, draw them down the back. And then in a really nourishing way, one more, inhale, shoulders up, squeeze them together, and not forcing it, just draw them down, open the chest. Inhale, reach the arms out. And exhale, push through your feet. Get a sense of being really strong and really stable here. And then bring the right forearm onto the right thigh. Bring the left hand behind the low back, either holding onto some clothes or maybe it can reach all the way around to the front of that right thigh. And then release the neck. And take a big breath all the way up into the left side of the neck. And then exhale, squeeze that left shoulder blade in towards the spine so you're opening the chest. And push down through your feet as you do that. Good, and then we'll come to standing splits. So bring the hands down either side of the front foot. Shuffle the hands forwards and float that left leg up. And the hands can come onto blocks here if that makes it easier. You can have a bend in the standing knee if that makes it easier. An option again to take some pulses with that top leg. Just tuning in with what it is that your body needs here. Pushing into the right leg and lifting the left leg. Relaxing the neck and the head. Good, and then step the left foot back. And we'll come into a version of warrior interlock. So if you know you can do this, you can take the right arm underneath the right leg and meet the left hand behind the back. If you're working towards that, you can bring the right hand onto a block or onto the ground and bring the left hand behind the back. So the aim here is to push through your feet, hug your right hip in, and open across the front of the shoulders. If it feels funky on your right shoulder, release the arm down. And get a sense of pushing the upper arm into the thigh and the thigh into the upper arm to switch that right hip on. Good, and then slowly unraveling yourself, coming up. And then heel toe your feet in a bit and we'll come into a goddess pose. So toes out, heels in, knees bent. And push through the outer edges of your feet. Good, and we'll take that body scan again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the fingertips together, maybe close the eyes and just scan through the body as you draw the hands down. Take 2 more. Noticing that it might be harder when you're trying to balance and doing something intense with your legs. Good. And whenever you're done, we'll come into warrior 2, facing the other way. So the left knee's bent and the right leg straight. This time, bring the arms out, bend the elbows, and kite hawk. Inhale, draw the shoulder blades back, open the chest. Exhale, roll the shoulder blades forwards, draw the chin in. Again. See if you can move fluidly through the shoulders, but stay really strong and stable through your feet, your foundation. And then coming back into warrior 2, this time with the palms up. It's like you're holding 2 platters of something, your favorite drink. And then spread the toes, push through both of the feet and lift the chest up. Get a sense of drawing those feet towards each other, switching on the inner legs. Release the left forearm to the left thigh and the right hand comes behind the back. Maybe it reaches all the way around to the front thigh. And then release the head over towards the left. Feel the fullness of the breath all the way up into the front of that right shoulder. Good, and then standing splits, bring the hands down, either side of the left foot and float the right leg up. Relax the neck here. Option to take some pulses with that top leg or not. And tuning in again to where the full breath can get to. Can it get to the spot that's going to have all of that care, all of that attention. And with the exhale, allow the body to soften. Good, step the right foot back. And then same variations. Either you reach the right hand behind you and the left hand stays on the floor on a block, or the left hand comes underneath and you're clasping the hands behind your left hip. And wherever you are, you're pushing the upper arm into the thigh and the thigh into the arm to keep that left hip really engaged. And then you're opening the right shoulder up towards the sky. Come back to your breath. Good, and then release. And then parallel the feet, keep the body low, come into a forward fold. Release the head down, the legs are straight this time. And the hands can be wherever, so they can be down towards the ground. You can thread them underneath the legs. And maybe even rest the backs of the hands on the ground. And really let the upper body hang down. Take a breath in through the nose and a breath out through the mouth. Good, and then walk the hands towards the front of the mat. So, sorry, either side of the right foot. So I don't know which foot's at the front. And then drop the left knee down. So we'll come into lounge lunge. Bring both of the hands to the inside of that right foot. And then walk the left hand out so it's beyond the top corner of the mat. And then start to let the left side of the body sink down towards the ground. The right hand comes around the right shin. If you want more of a side body stretch, you can actually roll all the way over and come onto the outer edge of that left hip. And just tune into where you can feel this stretch. It doesn't matter where you can feel it. Just tune into where it is and send your next deep breath there. Good, and then we'll come into pigeon. So walk the left hand back in, walk the right foot across. You can do a pigeon on your back if that's more accessible for you. And if you're doing a pigeon on your front like this, then you can tuck the left toes under, send the left leg back. And you might want to keep your chest up for your pigeon. I'm going to, because otherwise my SI joint hurts. Otherwise, you can fold forwards. And if you're on your back, your right ankle is hooked above your left knee and you're drawing that left thigh in towards the body. Come into feeling the breath in the sides and the back of the ribs. And then exhale, allow the body to let go a little bit into the ground. Good, and then bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the left toes under, and you can either come through one more vinyasa or you can come straight into your downward facing dog.
And then everybody take the left leg up into the air, bend the left knee, open the left hip.
Exhale, left foot comes forwards, right knee comes down. Right hand comes out beyond the top corner of the mat. Left hand holds left shin. And again, just finding your stretch. So maybe you want to roll more onto the outer edge of that right leg. Maybe this is enough where you are. Find a spot to stay and take a few breaths. With your inhale, you're exploring the sensation. And with your exhale, you're softening the body. Good, and then setting up for pigeon on the other side. Bringing the left ankle under the front of the right hip and sending the right leg back. And maybe the two sides are different, and that's really welcome. Choosing whether or not you're staying with your chest lifted or folding forwards. Or doing it on your back. And again, without judging whatever tightness or sensation is there, using your breath just to explore it. It's like you're curious about it or inquisitive. And can you breathe in a way that's really caring for whichever part of your body you're drawn to? Bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then rolling onto your left hip and bringing your legs out wide into a straddle. An option to stay here with the hands behind the back and the chest lifted, lowering the gaze, or to take a forward fold. Still spreading your toes, the toes are facing upwards with some external rotation at the thighs. And then you're releasing the upper body down if you're taking a fold. Everybody find a way to soften the jaw and the forehead. Maybe tuning back into the spot that you're going to send care to and noticing if there's anything else that it needs in this position. And then giving it. We'll take up to 5 more breaths. Good, and then gently coming back up, bringing the hands under the knees and coming back into a cross-legged position. We'll take a really gentle twist here. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then exhale, twist towards your right, bring the left hand to the right knee and the right hand out behind you. Inhale, root down through your sitting bones and then lift up through the chest, taking the breath to the collarbones. exhale, draw the belly in, twist gently to the right. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist left. Again, inhale, feel the ground, and then lift the breath up into the chest. Exhale, belly draws in, twist towards the left. Good, come back to center. And then make your way down onto your back in whatever way feels good for your body. And hug your knees into your chest. Maybe taking them in circles again, maybe taking a happy baby. Wherever you are, see if you can feel your sacrum, so the lowest part of the back, really stable on the mat. So getting a sense of, maybe you're moving it side to side, but you're getting a sense of where the center is. Good, and then bring the knees up over the hips, with the ankles a little bit lower than the knees, and the arms out in a cactus position or a T. And then drop the knees over towards the right hand side for a twist. And invite the breath deep down into the left side of your low back. Good, come back up to center with an inhale. And then take the knees over towards the left side. And invite the breath to wherever you feel needs a bit more breath. Good, take an inhale and come back to center. And then option to bring your feet wide on the mat with the knees dropping towards each other. Or to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees drop wide. One hand on belly, one hand on heart. And take the breath down to meet the hand on your belly. As you exhale, let the weight of the body go. Whatever you're holding on to in that part of your body. Take the breath into the heart space. And exhale, let the heart rest. Soften, release. And then take a breath into the spot that you are focusing your attention on, to invite in some care into that space, some love, some attention. And then unite that spot with your belly and with your heart. So take a breath and fill all three spaces. Or imagine that you are, if you can't physically do that. And from here we'll take Shavasana, so finding anything extra that you need before you rest, whether that's a layer or a wall or another pose. And then moving into a position that feels comfortable to rest in. And this doesn't have to be lying flat on your back. If that doesn't feel good, you can lie on your belly, you can lie with your legs up the wall. Just find a spot that feels soft. And then let go of the conscious control of the breath. And allow the body to really deeply rest. Because your body deserves it, regardless of where you are or how it feels. This space is so precious to really restore and integrate the benefits of the deep breath and the practice. So take it as much as you can and really kind of soften down and release and let go of anything that is weighing you or holding you. Any mental activity that's not serving you. Just letting the body land. And gently now starting to deepen the breath again. Making some little movements with your fingers and your toes. Maybe gently moving the head from side to side. And then taking a stretch if you like a stretch. And hug your knees in towards your chest and give yourself like an actual hug. And then roll over to whichever side feels comfortable for you.
Pause there a moment. And then gently push yourself back up into a seat. And bring your hands together in front of your heart space, lower the gaze, lengthen the back of the neck. And take another couple of deep breaths, nourishing breaths around the heart space. And know that caring for yourself doesn't have to be manicures and hot baths and anything fancy. It can literally be a deep breath. That's how I see it anyway. We'll close the practice with the sound of an Om together. Deep breath in. Thank you all for the privilege. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a lovely week and that you take care of yourself a lot.
Thank you, Alice. That was so good.